Well, good morning, Chairwoman Velasquez, Ranking Member Shabbat, members of the committee, ladies and gentlemen. As the Chairwoman said, I am Jim Greenwood, President and CEO of the Biotechnology Industry Organization, otherwise known as BIO. I am privileged to be here this morning on behalf of BIO's more than 1,000 member companies, academic institutions, state biotechnology centers, and related organizations in all 50 states. The role of the SBIR program has had in bringing breakthrough therapies to the American people is a matter of public record. There are 252 FDA-approved biologics that have been developed by 163 companies, and 32% of those companies have received at least one SBIR STTR award. Despite its noble past, however, the ability of the SBIR program to provide critical funding for medical research projects will remain hampered unless SBIR Reauthorization updates the program to address the current realities facing small, innovative American companies. Congress created the SBIR program in the early 1980s in order to utilize the capabilities of small, innovative, domestic companies to fulfill federal research and development needs. Congress recognized that some promising scientific research failed to be funded by private sector capital because it was viewed as too high risk. For 20 years, the program worked well for U.S. life science companies engaged in high-risk, cutting-edge medical research. However, in 2003, the Small Business Administration's Office of Hearings and Appeals ruled that a biotechnology firm, Cognetics, did not meet the SBIR size standard because multiple venture capital investors in the aggregate owned more than 50% of the company's stock. The ruling, which is not based on statute nor based, in my opinion, on congressional intent at all, ignores the realities of the marketplace, where small biotechnology firms must raise tens of millions of dollars to conduct incredibly capital-intensive research. The implementation of the SBA's decision has caused many small American companies that had participated in the program for 20 years and who were a fundamental part of the program's success to be suddenly deemed ineligible. Additionally, applications for the SBIR program at NIH have decreased dramatically, and the number of new businesses applying is at the lowest level it has been in a decade. I commend Chairwoman Velasquez, Ranking Member Shabbat, and the members of the committee for their insight in including a remedy to the eligibility issues affecting many small life sciences companies in the reauthorization legislation soon to be introduced. It is the right thing to do, and this is the right time to do it. On behalf of America's biotechnology companies, I look forward to working closely with you to see this much-needed change enacted into law this year. BIO also supports provisions in the bill that will allow agencies to maintain flexibility. Each agency should be able to administer SBIR grants based on scientific merit and each agency's unique needs. The provisions in the reauthorization providing agencies with the flexibility and authority to determine the amount and number of awards a project can receive will help accelerate the development of those projects with the most promising potential to improve human health. I would also like to commend the committee for drafting legislation that reaffirms and fosters the original goals of the SBIR program, namely the commercialization of new technologies by small, innovative American companies. Specifically, BIO supports the modernization and reauthorization of the Federal and State Technology, or FAST program, and the authorization of funds for agencies to develop and expand their commercialization programs. Finally, I would like to discuss the provisions in the bill aimed at addressing the concern that some companies are receiving multiple awards without progress towards commercialization. These provisions would require the SBA to release the names of firms that have received multiple Phase 1 grants and 0 Phase 2 grants, and promulgate rules for the agency to address these awardees. We fully support this effort and would encourage the committee to be even more vigilant in ensuring that companies are not gaming the system. We look forward to working with the committee to ensure the intent of these provisions are fully realized. Again, I thank you for the opportunity to testify today. I'd be happy to answer any questions members of the committee might have.